Hi folks! So it's been quite a while actually since I did one of these. I've been busy all over the place, but now I'm home for about a month or so, so I hopefully will finish off this series within the next few weeks. I know I've said this before, but this time maybe it will happen. So the last segment I did was the first segment of our semifinal match against China, and we had a pretty decent start. And then Beth and I sat out the second quarter, and we lost a little bit back, but not that much. So anyway, we continued into the third quarter, and I say quarter, it's not really quarter. We played 3 matches every day. So the last match of the first day, 3 out of 6, we had an 8-imp lead, but any lead is of course better than no lead. And as usual, I was playing with Beth, and we played against Nan Wang and Nan Huang, I believe. I think that was their names. And of course, the way that China works is even though they're both named Nan, it doesn't actually mean that they're the same name. They might actually have different names, different meanings, but the romanization is the same. So anyway, I think our opponents were playing a precision system, which would explain this first auction. And just one more thing. I think someone commented they felt I was going too fast, so I'll try to slow it down a little bit, and just let me know how you feel about the pace overall. So I believe East opened a strong club, I think, because the rest of the auction doesn't make that much sense otherwise. And then West bid 2 clubs, natural and game forcing, and the opponents bid a lot and got to 3-0. And I think a lot of this was artificial. And I had no real reason to not lead a diamond, which was my 5-card suit. So that is exactly what I did. So I led a diamond, and of course this gives Declare a trick. And now she drove out the club trick, and now that gives her 4 clubs, 4 hearts, which is 8, 2 diamonds, 9, 10, and the spade finesse was on side, so she ended with 12 tricks. And at the other table, the only difference was that my side didn't lead a diamond, so they made 1 fewer trick. So we start out losing 1 imp, but not really a big deal. Next board, the opponents are bidding again, and their auction was a spade, 2 hearts, 2 spades, 2 no, 3 hearts, 4 hearts. And so I actually was hoping maybe we could beat this contract, because if you look at my hand, I have a pretty decent defensive hand with Queen 10 9 4 of hearts. Sure, the hearts are on side, but I thought maybe we have some tricks here. Anyway, so partner led a diamond, which it did pick up the diamond suit, but it actually doesn't really matter because the diamonds are 3-3, so the diamonds will come in with 1 ruff anyway. And Declare only has 1 entry to the board in the King of Diamonds, so she did not want to cross to it and take a heart finesse and have this lose, and then they cash 2 clubs, maybe hearts or even Queen 4th offside. She could very well see that she could pitch 2 or maybe all of her clubs by not taking a heart finesse. So she cashed the Ace of Hearts, and then she cashed the King of Hearts, and if the hearts were 3-2, then she would basically claim at this point, I think. But they were not. But she went about her plan to pitch her losers, and actually, we had 7 spades between us, so it's not super lucky for her that they split 5-2, but it barely mattered to her. She led the Ace of Spades, and I was able to rough in with the 10 of hearts on the 3rd round. And notice, of course, that I'm going to be roughing in with the 10, because roughing in with the queen doesn't actually do anything. I would just be roughing in with my natural winner, and she would still get to pitch a loser. But here, I roughed in with the 10 of hearts, which would eventually be a loser, and then she couldn't pitch on it, at least. So she over-roughed, played the Jack of Diamonds, and now when the diamonds broke 3-3, she was actually able to pitch both her clubs while I ruffed in with my trump winner, and then she was able to ruff her club. So she played it well, and there wasn't really anything we could do to keep her from making 12 tricks, as evidenced by basically the same thing happening at the other table. So this board, I had random 10 count, white on red. I usually would just pass these hands even if I was playing precision, where we might open a balanced 10 count, just because, my hand is so soft. But certainly playing precision, opening is a consideration. Playing standard, even a very aggressive standard like Beth and I play, I still have to pass. But I went pass, and now Beth opened a heart in third pass, and I thought this was worth a jury bid, since I had 4 trumps, a ruffing value, and 10 high card points. Unfortunately, West doubled. I think it's lead directing, which kind of made my hand terrible. And Beth bid 4 hearts. And so they duly led a club and cashed their diamonds correctly, and noticed that West actually played a low diamond rather than the ace, just in case her partner had the queen to try to give declare a guess. And it's nice when you are playing imps, because you can make these kinds of plays. At match points, you may be worried declare plays the king of diamonds, now they can pitch something, but at imps you're always trying for the set. You're trying to beat it. So playing a low diamond here is going to beat it more of the time than playing the ace of diamonds. On the actual hand, doesn't really matter. So she played back a club. Unfortunately for Beth, she had no pitch coming to her from the spade suit. So she ruffed, and the entire contract was now just riding on a heart finesse, which she declined to take, which is interesting. I think that she declined to take the heart finesse because, actually I'm not really sure. I think she just tried to drop the stiff king offside, because she knew that West holding ace queen of clubs and ace of diamonds would have opened, so she knew that the heart was offside, so she hoped that it was stiff king. Yeah, actually completely sensible. I was getting my high cards messed up in my head. Unfortunately, it was king and 1, so same results at the other table. So we've had 3 flat boards so far. What happened? Yeah, basically 3 flat boards. And now they opened a diamond, and Beth overcalled 1 no trump. 5, 6, 10, 16 count, completely balanced, and everyone left. And this is a pretty rotten contract for declare. You can see that she starts with 2 spades and 1 club, and she can easily set up a diamond trick, but that's only 4 tricks. And going down 3 vulnerable and 1 no trump is never great. So let's see how Beth played it. They led the queen of spades, and she won. And now the suit that she chose to attack was clubs, and I think the reason for this is that attacking clubs is not going to give the opponents any tricks that they can't get themselves. And basically what she's hoping is that clubs are 3-3, so she can get a club trick. Meanwhile, if the opponents are trying to attack hearts or diamonds, then they may help set up tricks for Beth. So she ducked a club, and East could see that no matter what the club holding was, she was safe returning the queen of clubs. So she went ahead and did that, and Beth ducked again, following her plan to hopefully hope that the clubs are 3-3. And now West won her now stiff king and shifted to a spade through, and the defense is doing very well at this point, because the spades are set up now, and Beth is not really having any more tricks than she started with. But now Beth exited the 9 of spades, and she won the 10, and West had to pitch, so she decided to pitch a diamond. And now she cashed this jack of spades, and West had to pitch again, so she pitched a heart. And now she played the jack of clubs, upon which Beth won the ace. And meanwhile, the West hand is getting a little bit squeezed here. I think actually, perhaps the best thing for declarer to do at this point is maybe just play a diamond, or maybe if the opponents played a diamond at some point, you concede 2 diamond tricks to North, but maybe you wouldn't concede a hard trick or something like that. But anyway, on the Jack of Clubs, West could have pitched a diamond, which would have been a little better, but instead she pitched a heart, and this allowed Beth to guess hearts. So she played a heart to the king. Well, they went up with the ace, but then they played another heart back, trying not to get end played in the diamond suit. And Beth guessed the hearts correctly, dropping the doubleton queen. And so now she got a heart trick. And then she played the king of diamonds, and West smartly ducked this trick to ensure that she would take the last 2. So all in all, I think Beth did really well in this hand. She took 1 club and 2 hearts is 3, and a diamond is 4, and 2 spades is 6. And at the other table, they actually went down 3. I'm not sure what the let's see what the defense was. Whoops. Next board. Other table. Yeah, so it was the same lead, but in the same continuation, but now when she was in and she played a heart up, she misguessed the hearts, and also she hadn't exited a spade earlier, which didn't put West under any pressure, basically. And so then the roof basically caved in. Okay, so we picked up some imps there. We're now leading by 16. Still a pretty slim margin. The next board, Beth opened 1 spade, and East bid 2 spades Michaels, which I think happened at the other table as well. And bidding Michaels is pretty normal at white on red on these cards. So I bid 3 hearts, limit raise, or better in spades, and West did pretty well here actually, since they have a fit in both minors, but they declined to bid. And at the other table they actually bid to 5 diamonds, which was not good for them, although, because they were white and we were red, it was a small loss. But anyway, so Beth bid 4 spades. And 4 spades, as you can see, is a very good contract, and in fact 6 spades is on the spade finesse, which happens to be on side, so Beth took it, and then we made 6 as she drew trumps and then ruffed her clubs good. And notice actually that 6 spades is really not a bad contract, because if the clubs were 3-3 actually, she would have been able to pitch both of her hearts and then ruff her heart good. So then you have additional chances even if the spade finesse isn't working. Of course, if they lead a heart, then you can't really do that if you have to lose to the king of spades. So it's kind of like, it's better than 50%, but not necessarily a slam that you want to be in, and also maybe a slam that would be hard to bid. So she roughed out her clubs and eventually lost a heart. So next board was kind of interesting. I think you'll see at the other table they actually played 1 no trump, but at our side they got to 4 hearts. And this started, East opened a strong club, and I passed, and West bid 1 spade, which I believe for them showed some sort of a balanced game force. And now partner came in with 3 diamonds, and East made a takeout double. And West bid 3 hearts, and East bid 4 hearts. And 4 hearts in a void, you can see what do you need. So you start off with 3 club losers, and then you need a diamond finesse, and then you need a trump break. So a priori, it's below 50% contract, but with the 3 diamond bidder, it becomes a very good contract, because now the diamond finesse is probably going to win. So all you need is 3-2 trumps, or singleton jack, or North to have jack 4th, basically. So very good contract. Unfortunately for them, it was not there. And also, on top of that, Beth was dealt a normal club lead. So I encouraged, she continued, I had an easy overtake. And now I played a diamond, just in case something interesting could happen. But I knew at this point that I probably had a natural heart trick. Of course, if Declare had the 8 of hearts, then she could have finessed me out of my hearts, but she would have to play for that, of course. Anyway, partner actually had the 8 of hearts, so I had the Jack 9 of hearts all day. So at the other table, they opened a strong no trump with this hand, and the other hand with a 9 count. I think maybe they were playing 14 to 16, so they just passed, which is totally reasonable with the 4-3-3 shape. And as you can see, without knowing about the diamond finesse, that it is a below average game. You know, of course it is a red game. So the fact that our opponents bid it is totally normal too. So now the opponents have another fun auction to themselves. 1 heart, 1 spade, 1 no trump, 2 clubs, some sort of invitational bid, 2 diamonds waiting, and now East showed an invite with spades. And West kind of made a very strange bid here. Actually, she made a strange bid to begin with 1 no trump. Most of us, I think, would probably rebid 2 diamonds, especially with no club stopper. But maybe they play something a little weird here, I'm not sure. Anyway, she decided she didn't want to play in a potentially 5-1 spade fit, so she bid 2 no trump. And East was inviting, partially based on her shape, which was 6-4, decided to bid 3 clubs to show that she was distributional. And West did not preference her back to spades. And of course, actually, spades is easy. In spades, you lose 1 spade, 2 diamonds, and a club for making 3 all day. But in the 4-3, the club fit can be a little tricky to play. You start out with the same 4 losers, but look what happened here. So I led the Queen of Diamonds, and Claire played low. And I felt like we should probably take our other diamond trick if we had it, because I didn't want Declare to be able to pitch it on the hearts. So I continued diamonds, and partner won the ace. And now she thought for a while and found a really good play here of a heart back, because she could see that she has 5 hearts, dummy has 5 hearts, and she can also see that she has 2 entries, so it's possible that she might be able to give me an uppercut in clubs here. So Declare won this and played a spade, upon which I played the 9 of spades, giving Beth count. So now she knew I had 3 spades, 5 diamonds. Oh, actually she doesn't know how many diamonds I have, but maybe she can guess. But she knows for a fact that I have 3 spades. Probably didn't have a singleton heart because I didn't shift to it. So now she won, and she played another heart, which Declare pitched on. And now Declare let a club up. And I think Beth now knows that at least I can have no more than 5 diamonds, only 3 spades, and 2 hearts. So I have to have at least 3 clubs, and since Declare bid clubs showing 4 or more, in fact I have exactly 3 clubs. So she knows the entire shape on the hand. So then she felt comfortable just ducking this trick, knowing that she could give me my uppercut on the next round if necessary. So Declare put up the king, and I played the 10 here, just to let her know that I really did want an uppercut, that I had the 10 and the 9. And Declare now ruffed, and tried another club up, and now Beth went up and played a heart. So this was a very good shift by Beth to play a heart to beat this contract. Note that if she doesn't do that, then Declare can lead clubs up twice, and then just make their contract by playing club to the king, club to the queen, and a 3rd round of clubs when they're 3-3. So we picked up a nice little part score swing here. So next board, pretty normal board. They opened 3 diamonds, and Beth had enough for a double, even with the king-jack doubleton of diamonds. And what you'll find in these auctions is that when the opponents preempt, you should really be looking for reasons to bid, not reasons to pass. And so with her hand with 15 points, she has an easy double. So double, pass, and I had 11 points with 5 spades. My 3 spade bid doesn't promise anything, so I just bid 4 spades. And they let a diamond, and I can see I have no diamond losers, 2 potential heart losers, and basically I have to not lose more than 1 club. And of course I don't want to lose to a spade either. So it's normal when they preempt to finesse the non-preemptor for the queen of spades. So I cashed the ace of spades. And when the preemptor showed out, now I had an easy play here. So now all I have to do is guess the clubs. And notice, I knew that I would never need to get to my hand for any late round pitches. So anyway, I played the ace of clubs, and the reason I did this is just, if my righty had king jack some number of hearts, I was never going to be able to pick that up anyway, but rather than playing a low club, but rather than playing a low club out of hand, this is going to pick up singletons as well. Anyway, so I played the ace, and now I played a club up and went jack, so that was good. I didn't have to guess the clubs or anything. And declare shifted to a diamond, and of course the clubs didn't break, so I conceded 2 hearts for making 4. Same thing at the other table. Very normal board. So now now it went pass, and East opened 2 spades. And if my partner was an unpassed hand, I may have considered a takeout double with this shape, although I would like to have at least one more high card point without a singleton. However, sometimes you just have to make these bids with spade shortness. But here my partner was a passed hand, and knowing that we opened pretty aggressively, I knew we couldn't have a game, so I didn't have any particular reason to make a takeout double anymore. So I passed, and West, of course, bid 4 spades. I made a normal lead here, somewhat normal. The second option would be to lead the ace of clubs to take a look at dummy, but here I had a pretty good sequence, and it seemed normal to lead it. Ace of clubs seemed like more of a big position here. And besides, here I have the ace of spades, so if the heart lead is wrong, maybe I have time with the ace of spades. So I led the queen of hearts, and partner encouraged to show the 10. Unfortunately, we have no trick here. So now they played the queen of spades, and I won. And I continue to heart. And now declare ruff to heart. And she's sort of setting about trying to eliminate the hand a little bit here. And so I think declare actually made a little bit of a weird play, but it might just be the view graph. So she drew my last trump, and then it says she crossed to the board to lead a diamond up. But I think what actually happened was that she maybe unblocked the diamond, crossed to the board, pitched 2 clubs, and then let a club up, and then misguessed clubs for making 4. So probably just a view graph error. And same thing at the other table. So we've been sort of picking up like little bits by bits. So here's actually our first nice big swing for our side. And the opponents had a very reasonable auction here. East had a normal 5-4-2-2 opener, so she opened a diamond. West had 8, 10, 13 high card points and bid 2 diamonds inverted. East bid naturally. West showed her spade stopper. East had no heart stopper, only partial spade stopper anyway, so she had no choice but to bid 4 diamonds. And West bid 5 diamonds, hoping for the best. And 5 diamonds, as you can see, because of the way the hands are, has really no play. So I went ahead and led the king of hearts, seems pretty normal. And another heart. And partner continued another heart. And now declare drew trumps in 2 rounds, basically the only thing good about the hand for them. And basically now she has to play for the clubs to be queen on side and 3-3. So her hope is, of course, to finesse the club and then pitch her spade loser. So she finessed the club, but it was not to be. Partner played back a club, and now declare played a diamond back to her hand, cashed the ace of diamonds, and then eventually conceded a spade as well. So, as you can see, the opponents did have this heart stopper called the hearts are 4-4, but even in 3-no trump, you can really see they only have 5 diamonds, and 1 spade is 6, and 2 clubs is 8. But I had a glimmer of hope because I thought that West had a pretty normal balanced game force. So if West bid the no trump, my partner would have to guess which major to lead. And if she just led a spade, the opponents would just have 9 tricks off the top. And I think that they might actually be able to make 3-no, even on a heart lead if they cash 4 hearts, because then you might rectify the count for a squeeze. But I'm not sure. I think. But anyway, so what happened at the other table is what I hoped would happen. 1 diamond, 2 diamonds, 3 diamonds, just kind of waiting, I think, non-forcing, and West bid 3-no, hoping for the best. And North did lead a spade, so with the Queen of Spades, that was easy 9 tricks. So well done to our teammates. They did wonderfully on that board. So next board, again the opponents having a fun time to themselves. Diamond to heart, a no trump, 3 no trump. So partner led the deuce of clubs, and it was pretty easy to win the ace. And while I was thinking about what to play, Declare just conceded a diamond and another club for making 10 tricks. At the other table, they did also lead a club, but the club trick was ducked, and so when Declare played a diamond up, North hand tried a different suit, so actually they never got any club tricks. So again, another few more over trick imps here. This hand was a little interesting. So Beth opened 1 club, I bid 1 heart, and Beth elected to bid 2 no trump, which is an interesting bid. Certainly her hand is probably strong enough to bid 2 spades, what with the 6-4 shape, but she was probably talked into 2 no trump because of all her kings, and she probably thought that if she bid 2 spades and I had like a weakish hand and I wanted to sign off somewhere maybe, I would have to bid the no trump. And you can see very clearly that the no trump is probably going to be played better from her side. So an interesting bidding decision by Beth. So over 2 no, I bid 3 diamonds, which we play as just check back, promising 5 cards in my major. She bid 3 spades, and I bid 3 no. And my 3 no bid here was not automatic. I thought for a very long time, because I thought certainly we might be able to have a slam. But eventually I constructed enough hands where I thought I would just need too much. And of course, her 2 no rebid for us is like 17 to 19 rather than the 18 to 19 that it is for most people. So hand strength wise, if her king of hearts carries full value like it does when I have the ace queen, her hand is certainly much stronger than a 1 club 2 no rebid. But of course it all sort of depends on the value of the king of hearts. So actually a slam from Beth's side, especially 6 no trump, is very good because first of all there's a ruff in 6 clubs and there's no ruff in 6 no trump. But also in 6 no trump you can cash everything in whatever order, and then you just need a club break. 3-2 clubs, or, I mean, stiff 10 or jack offside and guessing it would work too, but you would never do that. So basically 3-2 clubs, like a 68% slam. Pretty good actually, I think. But you do have to get to 6 no trump to avoid the ruff. Of course, it was a same result at the other table, just, you know, I have 12 and partner has 18, and we have no great fit, so it's pretty normal to miss this slam, I think. So next board, Beth opened 1 spade, and East doubled, and I bid 2 hearts, which was our constructive spade raise here. And West doubled, I think lead directing, showing hearts. Beth bid 2 spades, which per our agreement doesn't show the worst hand, just shows she has little something. She could have passed with a really terrible hand in case I wanted to compete to 3 spades. But pass, and West doubled. I think just value showing. She was okay if her partner left it in, maybe, but she was okay if her partner bid. So her partner pulled to 3 clubs and she bid 3 diamonds. And I was 4-3-3 with the minimum for my constructive raise, playing strength-wise, so I had no reason to bid. And Beth led a high diamond. And I'm not really sure why I played the 3 of diamonds here. I think I should play the 9 of diamonds, followed by the 6 of diamonds, to let Beth know that I have the spade card. Then if I do that, she may be able to work out to underlead to me, so I can play the 3rd round of diamonds, cutting down on their ruffs. But this didn't happen. I'm actually still not sure why I played my diamonds 3-9. It's kind of weird. 3-6 seems... I think I was giving suit preference for clubs and then suit preference for spades, but that's pretty dumb. Anyway, so Beth led a heart, which seemed pretty normal, and declare 1, and now set about roughing a bunch of things. So she got to rough her clubs good, and now cashed her hearts, pitching a spade, but I mean this one trades evenly with my trump that I didn't have to get. But I think we could have held it to making 3 if I had signaled Beth correctly, and then she had worked out to underlead her spade. So now, next board, they opened a diamond in the west, and Beth made a takeout double on 15 count here. 1 heart, and I had just barely enough, I thought, that I should stick in a 1 spade overcall. And in general, my policy is when I have a 4-card suit, is that I'd like to have 5 working high card points. Here I have like 4 working high card points, but I had good spade texture, so that's why I did it. Although, to be fair, if I had 4 small spades, I might have bid a spade anyway. So maybe I should reevaluate 5 working high card points to 5 not terrible high card points. Regardless, I bid a spade and went past. Beth bid 2 spades, which I think we just bid on most hands, doesn't promise extras. And East competed to 3 diamonds. And I passed, because I certainly didn't have anything more to say. Pass, and Beth had a little bit extra, so she decided to compete to 3 spades. So they led the Queen of Diamonds, and so immediately on this hand, you know a lot about the hand. So you have 15 points, you have 20 points between you, and they led the Queen of Diamonds, which means that East actually has the Ace-King of Diamonds. And they did bid a heart, so actually I was expecting that the Queen of Hearts was maybe offside. And on top of that, you know, it was very likely that East had something in clubs, either the Queen or the Jack or the 10, because Queen Jack 10 is of course a very attractive sequence to lead from too. Although that wasn't as certain as all the other ones, since especially if East had the 10 of clubs, that wouldn't factor into the high card points. But anyway, so the way that this was going though, it was looking very much like both spade honors were on side, which was great. So now, looking at the hand, I'm going to lose 2 diamonds, and I expect to lose a heart, because I expected the Queen of Hearts to be on my right. So all I have to do is, and then I'm definitely going to lose a spade, but I have to not lose any more tricks than that. So I thought for a while about how best to play it. And they cashed 1 diamond, and then shifted to a heart. So I actually didn't know if this was singleton or not, but I thought that probably what I really needed to do on this hand was make sure West wasn't going to get a bunch of ruffs in case it was a singleton heart or anything like that. So what I did now is I started drawing trumps. But I really didn't want West to split if they had King, Queen of Spades, so I led my lowest spade pusher, the 8, you know, just to make it less likely for West to split. And she didn't, and this held. Okay, so now I'm in a very good position. Certainly if the hand is like it is, then I'm always going to make it. I thought that if the spades were 4-1, I wanted to be sure that I could still do everything. And I didn't want to tap myself in my hand because I wanted the Jack of Hearts to be a later trick. So what I decided to do now is lead another heart up. And I thought that if Lefty roughed this trick, then it would probably be okay. And if they followed, it would be fine. So as it turns out, they actually followed with the Queen. So now my hearts are good. So I'm playing imps, not match points, just want to make sure I make it. So here, I expected actually if West got a heart ruff that it might be with a natural trick anyway. And with no heart loser, I can even afford to lose 2 spade tricks, so it's okay if they ruff with a small spade and then score their high spade later. But I want to make sure that I don't lose this 3rd diamond in my hand. So East went up with the king and gave her partner a ruff with her natural trick. Now I played the king here, ace of spades, and it was pretty easy. So 20-point game been and made. At the other table, they got to 2 hearts. Let's see how they got to 2 hearts here. So pass, and West passed, not unreasonable, 11 junkie points, bunch of queens and jacks, and now North opened, won no trump, and it went double, pass, 2 clubs, double 4-card major, longer minor, I think, 2 clubs, what is your minor, 2 diamonds, I have diamonds, and now my hand with 3 diamonds couldn't make a takeout double, so when her partner doubled, she chose to bid hearts instead of spades, just random. And the hand is friendly enough that both contracts make. So last board of this segment, feels like we're actually having a decent segment, but not a very exciting segment. We haven't done anything bad, but it doesn't feel like a lot of exciting stuff has happened, but there's some potential for gain. So I opened a spade, and West overcalled 2 hearts. And certainly you have to overcall 2 hearts in this hand with the spade void and 6 hearts, even though your heart suit is junky. And partner passed, and East had an interesting decision here. So at the other table, Lynn severely downgraded her ace-king of spades and just passed out 2 hearts. And here, she had a little bit of a bidding problem, so she decided her partner usually has 6 hearts. She's going to raise with the doubleton heart. So she bid 3 hearts, and unfortunately her partner was minimum, but knowing that they have a 9-card heart fit, makes her hand much better. And in fact, if they did have a 9-card heart fit with the same high card distribution, then 4 hearts would be a much better contract. You might make it basically if they don't lead a club. But on the actual deal, 4 hearts was pretty terrible because you're basically always going to lose 3 club tricks and a heart. But you actually also have to ruff a diamond, so you're probably going to lose 2 heart tricks because you can't even play like finesse for queen and 1 or king and 1 heart on side. So I'm not sure if this contract had any play to begin with. I don't actually think so. So partner led the 3 of spades, and when dummy hit, of course I have 6 spades. I can easily see that this is a singleton, and I know Declare doesn't know that. So I encouraged with the most deceptive card that I could, which was the 5 of spades. Obviously, if I play the 2 of spades, then Declare will know for a fact that partner's spade was a singleton. And it may not even matter on this hand, but it's just best, if you can avoid giving information away to Declare or to the defense, it's just better general principles. So here it's important to conceal the 2 of spades. So now Declare thought for a little bit, but I think she could see that there wasn't really any way to make it. Her only real play was a stiff heart honor. So she played the ace of hearts. It was not to be. She played diamond, diamond, and ruffed her diamond. And now she cashed the king of spades, which was the great order to do it in. Notice she tried to cash the king of spades earlier, then partner could have ruffed this and then drawn dummy's trump, then she would not have gotten to ruff her diamond. So she cashed the king of spades, and partner ruffed with the queen, and played a club, about time. And now I played the queen of spades, and Declare just pitched because she had to lose this trick anyway. I continued a spade, and Declare ruffed. But of course, you can see that her heart spots outspot mine. So I'm just getting the king and nothing else, basically. So, interesting bidding problem on this hand. Lynn did very well at the other table to pass 2 hearts. certainly our teammates did great on a new number of boards in this set. And so in the end, we actually won the segment 38-5, giving us over a 40 imp lead going into the next day. So that was really great, all things considered, for going to dinner and feeling a lot more relaxed. Anyway, so I will see you next time for hopefully a much more exciting segment than the one that you just saw.